Hey, it's Joe, and welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. Today, we're going to be joined by our very special guest here to start the show off, the one and only Chris Leija. What do you got to say, Chris?
Hey, all I can say is puro pinche Astros a la verga, bro.
No, but dude, say it with some fucking authority, bro. You're going to say it.
Puro pinche Astros, bro. No, hombre, dude, these Rangers fans are quiet now, dude. Where they at? Crickets, bro. Crickets.
No, but man, that's the one thing that we're talking about. And hold on, let me turn your volume up a little bit. There you go. So now y'all can hear Chris. All right, man. Now he was telling me before we even came on the show today, he was saying, that the Astros now they're in sole possession of the AL West as the Mariners lost to the Reds yesterday. So
shout out to the Reds, dude. They helped us out.
Yeah, they lost. It was a tight game, but still, Seattle lost, and the Astros keep winning, and the Rangers keep losing. So I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm just wearing my Texas hat today. I'm not supporting the Rangers. It just goes with my shirt. So I was like, I'm just gonna put on my Texas hat. I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm not a Rangers fan.
No, hombre, dude. Don't let me find out you're a Rangers fan, bro.
No, bro. I'm not a Rangers fan, man. After they did the Astros dirty during that hurricane where dude, I lost all respect for him, bro.
Yeah, bro. I get it. We talk shit, bro. We talk shit to Houston and everybody, but when it's your fellow Texan, bro, you gotta support each other, man. But yeah, dude, man, 14 more runs last night. I'm thinking maybe they go for like 15 or 16 tonight, bro. And
dude,
if that happens, bro, no, hombre, Ranger fans are gonna go into hiding even more, bro.
Last night, that John Dwyer.
Hey, John Dyer, where you at, bro? Don't get put up into Rangers. And a couple of months ago, they were all like, "Oh, we run the AL West. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it." Hombre, you had it for a minute and you lost it, bro.
No, but you already knew con la pinche Rangers, dude. No valen a la verga. No valen verga, dude.
Dude, they just choke it away, dude.
Every time,
bro. They get your hopes up. It's kind of like the Cowboys, bro. They get your hopes up, and then at the very end, they just drop the ball, dude.
No lies detected, bro. No lies detected on that one. But the Astros got an ass. They beat that ass yesterday against the Rangers, 14-1. I'm like, damn, dude. And then I'm looking, okay, the AL West Astros are in sole possession of the AL West in first place by, they're followed closely by the Seattle Mariners. They're up about maybe 2 games on the Mariners right now. And then I'm looking at the wild card standings. The wild card standings now, forget about it, man. You have your division leaders, which are in the AL division leaders. It's going to be Baltimore, Houston, and Minnesota. And then for the AL wild card, you have Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Rays, followed closely by Seattle, and then Toronto. Texas, the Rangers, they ain't even in the race anymore. They're on the outside looking in, dude.
Well, they're half a game behind the
Toronto
Blue Jays at this point. Yeah.
So, they're behind the Toronto Blue Jays.
They better hope Altuve doesn't get hot again tonight, dude. And maybe they have a chance of winning the game because, man, that boy Altuve, that's 2 games, man.
Dude, Altuve went off, bro. He had 4 home runs at 5 at bats, dude. That bat was hot, smoking hot.
For real. I'm glad Jordan got hot at the very end and got that 2-run homer too, right at the end of the game. Because, man, I was getting a little worried about him when he took that fall the other day.
Yeah.
Dude, it looked kind of nasty, but he's still looking good. He's looking sharp. Now all I need is for King Tucker to show up and get a couple homers tonight, bro. And I'm telling you, man, if the Astros keep this up, shit, dude, I better watch out. Everybody better watch out because they're getting hot at the right moment, dude. At the right moment.
Yeah. So the thing is, today you're gonna have, let's say, 2 ex-teammates going at each other. So you have, let's see who's gonna be taking the mound today. You have Justin Verlander versus Max Scherzer. So that's gonna be interesting there. Let's see.
And they've both been good since they both switched. Last month. They've both been doing good for their teams. So it's gonna be a good game, man. Pitching wise for sure. But we'll see what happens, man.
That's gonna be another tightly. Hopefully not. It's gonna be a closer game. With 2 good pitchers taking the mound there. But we'll see, man. Because the Astros bats are catching fire at the right time, man, and they've just been walloping the Rangers since Monday, dude. This is going to be the last game of the 3-game series, and if it holds up to what's been going on already. It's probably going to be another ass whooping. You never know, though. Maybe it'll be a more tightly contested contest.
You never know, man. Look, the game on Monday, it was close for a while,
For a while,
and then in the seventh inning, it was a wrap for the Rangers. But I wanted to be a little more competitive, man, to be honest. But at the same time, fuck the Rangers, bro. But let's see, the Mariners and the Reds play at 5:40. So hopefully by the time the Astros start, we'll see if we're gonna get another game up on them too.
Yeah, the Astros and the Rangers game is slated for 7:05 today.
Yeah. And then I think the Mariners and the Reds play at 5:40. So it'll be good to see how that game goes, and then then the Astros can get a little bit hopefully they don't get too comfortable and lose this game. But at the rate they're going, shit, I don't know, man. 14 runs last night, 13 runs on Monday. They might go for 15 a day. They might go for more. Who knows?
Yeah, it says Tim Gonzalez. He says Christopher Leija will be the first person to visit CT's food truck.
What's she gonna call it again? The
Puro pinche wiener.
Puro pinche wiener.
Yep. That's what she wants to call it. Oh, and Jacob Eric, he's saying bang bang.
That's right. Hey, I'm telling you, dude. When I was watching the game last night, I was texting my brothers, and they were like, "Dude, what the hell?" And I'm like, "Look, man, if Altuve hits another home run and he goes for 4 today, they might drug test him after the game because that boy was fucking hitting hard."
Hey, man, doesn't somebody owe you some beer?
Huh?
Doesn't somebody owe you a case of beer, my boy Rudy?
No. That's for Saturday for the Bama Texas game.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
We got a case of beer on that one. So, I'm not. Everybody's worried about Bama. They thinking they're not going to be as hot. I was listening to the radio earlier, and they're like, "Oh, Texas has a good chance." I don't know, bro. I don't know. You're playing in Tuscaloosa, man. That environment is not easy to win in. So
we'll see. Hey, but I'm gonna give a quick shout out here to my boy. He was texting me over here before the show started. I was like, my boy's Fernandez, brother. That boy gets everywhere, man. He's over here taking pictures with freaking Shea Serrano yesterday, bro.
El Primo, dude.
El Primo out on the town. Shout out to Shea and shout out to my boys Fernandez, dude. He's meeting celebrities. Not only is he meeting Spurs players, he's meeting celebrities out on the streets of San Antonio.
That's San Antonio royalty right there, dude.
Yeah.
Him and Primo, Shea, dude.
Yeah, Shea Serrano. So I'm like, no, hombre, it's Fernandez. Shout out to my boy, man. Bro. The number one nephew in San Antonio.
For real. Hey, I don't know, man. Jimenez might give him a little bit of a fight back, dude.
No, man. You know what? We're going to get into that talk right now, man. But for real, if no mames, if you look it up in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Jimenez, dude. Not even playing, bro.
No mames or más mamón, bro?
No, probably both. Probably both. My boy is wild as hell, man. I mean, I can't.
2010 vision.
I was like, what is my boy on, man? He's out there, dude. Like, damn. I can't believe some of this. I can't believe it, man. Some of the stuff that comes out of my boy's mouth, man. I'm just like, no, hombre.
And the memes, dude. The memes. Pinche Bear County, the one that he made, the Photoshop he made of him. No mames, bro. Had me cracking up, dude.
Man.
That dude Swiss, he goes, hey, if Chief Wiggum was Hispanic, bro, hombre, dude, he had me cracking up.
Look, here it is. So this is Mike, man. Yesterday he says, I've always had excellent vision. 2010. He go, one time I had an eye exam and the doc asked, what was the smallest print I could read? I said, copyright 2005, Madison, Wisconsin. Doc looked at the wall and freaked out, but recently small type up close has been giving me issues. No, mames, Mike, you don't have 2010 vision, bro.
Hey, 2010 vision, and he has 100-mile-per-hour serve.
Bro. No mames with that, dude. That I almost had to fall out my seat when he said that one, dude. Yesterday, he was like, I don't know how I saw it, but it was in the chat. And then he says, back in the day, it's always back in the day. Back in the day, I had game. Back in the day, I had 100-mile-hour serve, when he was playing tennis. And no, I think it was Minix was like, he goes, Minix doesn't believe me, bro. I think all of us don't believe you.
Dude, he's like that one Theo, bro. Or who was it? He's Uncle Rico. He just be sitting there talking, reminiscing about the old days, bro. Talking about, oh man, back in the day. Remember que back in the day, que nada, bro. Next thing you know, he's gonna tell us he runs a 4.240.
No, hombre. Cállate. Oh man, I gotta show this, man. This is the one. Let me go back here and try to share this screenshot, dude. I don't know who comes up with these things, man, but they had me freaking rolling on the ground laughing, dude. Like these things that they come up with, the memes and all the funny memes and everything that they do with Jimenez, dude. This is the one, man. Look at the way y'all, man. I don't even know where y'all get these videos from, bro. Y'all burning my boy good here. And look at this
dude,
one.
He provides the content.
The Chief Wiggum. There it is, the Chief Wiggum. No mames, dude. He says, y'all dudes cold. Anytime Jimenez gets mentioned.
Yeah.
It's all a good fun, man.
Get him. It's all love, man. Jimenez knows it's all love, man. But hey, I'll tell you what, if an outsider tries to come and talk shit to our boy and tries to come at him, they're gonna fuck around and find out, dude. We protect our own. We count on him. We protect our own too.
We do, man. He's a friend of mine, dude. So we just give him shit, but we like making fun of him. But man, he knows what he's doing, dude. I think he does stuff like this on purpose just to stir the pot, man. And just sit back and laugh. Just sit back and laugh. He's like, man, look at these guys, man. I got him going again. You know?
He enjoys it, man. He enjoys the shit out of it.
Yeah, so what are your predictions here with the Astros, man? Now that they're in sole possession of the AL West, do you think they're going to hold on to that and just go ahead and clinch the division here?
Let me see. I'm going to see what look at the calendar, see what we got left. We got the Padres next. We got 3-game stand against the Padres. I'm not one bit worried about them or the Athletic A's, dude. So, man, the Orioles coming up, and then we close out the season against the Mariners. So those two series there are going to be the important ones, man. I think if the Rangers, play like they've been playing or been pitching like they've been pitching the last 2 games, we win tonight, and they go ahead and sweep the Padres too, man, and maybe get 2 out of 3 against the Athletics. I don't know, man. I think they hold on to the AL West, and if they keep going the way they're going, the bat gets hot and the pitching stays the way it is, dude. Because pinche Valdez last night, dude, he was throwing some heat, bro, So the way I see it, man, I think they could potentially take the AL West straight up, and I don't know, dude. Everybody better watch out, dude, because when they get hot, they get going, and I don't know, man. I'm hoping for a back-to-back World Series. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Mike Baez, Bear County Social Peril. He said it's all in fun, and Jimenez is a good sport about it. And then Tim Gonzalez puts that picture of Jimenez with the tiger reminds me of the old school wrestler from the Midnight Express. He forgot his name. That one was my favorite one so far, man. That guy Swiss.
Swiss kills it with the memes, man. Him and Baez, dude, they're fucking the meme kings, bro. The meme kings.
Yeah, that one though with Mike as a Mike Exotic, like Joe Exotic from the Tiger Show. Was it Tiger King or something like that? That one was my favorite.
What the hell is the name of that show? Tiger King. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was that one was my favorite so far with Mike, dude. I'm like, dude, this guy, he's freaking killing me, man. He's killing me with those memes.
Yeah, so I went back again to look at the rest of the games and everything. Dude, man, the only 2 hard series we have left are the Mariners and the Orioles, and that's it, dude.
Yeah, we got a friend here, Coach Gio. He says, I went to the Mariners game last night. I'm worried about the pitching as it's been going south lately. Hey, man, your Mariners and their pitching's been going south. And then you have the Rangers and their bullpen's been going south as well, dude. It's been horrid, man. That's probably their biggest problem there, Yeah.
The Mariners are getting a little cold there, and the Rangers have gotten cold, and the Astros are heating up.
Astros are heating up.
You, dude, everybody better be careful, because next thing you know, man, they lock in the AL West, and that's it, bro. That's it.
If they lock in that AL West, what's going to happen is that the Mariners are going to, if they go ahead and get that wild card spot there, they're going to have a harder, trajectory when it comes to the MLB postseason, when it comes to that playoff coming up here in October. So hopefully they can get their things together. Maybe this will be a little bit more hotly contested as things start to wind down here. But it looks like the Astros are heating up at the right time, man. And you being one of the biggest Astros fans that I know, it's your time to shine here, you know?
For real, dude. Hey, 21 games left right now. 21, 22 games. And out of those 22, man, I'm telling you, 6 of them might be, difficult. The other, shit. It might be a wrap for the Rangers and the Mariners at this point, man. I think the Astros are going to go ahead and, like I said, they're heating up at the right time. So
look at this. Tim Gonzalez says Leija will be at Don Pedro when Moneybag shows up.
Hey, Moneybags better invite me out to eat, man. Shoot.
He's better be paying for all of us, bro.
He better. I better not hear no excuse about, oh no, I ain't got no money. I know that boy. I know that guy got money.
You know, when you're ordering steaks from Uber Eats, man, you get a little bit of coin on a silver platter.
The only thing I can order from Uber Eats is maybe a hot and spicy from McDonald's, and that's it, bro. I ain't got money like him.
You know what, man? Let's look at this too, man. This is one thing that I saw the other day, and I forgot about it, and I'm gonna go ahead and mention it now. This came up on Twitter, right? And Manu Ginobili, dude, he's like, of all things, right? Manu Ginobili, he says, saw this yesterday. This was a couple of days ago. He saw this yesterday in his neighborhood. Hairless coyote, weird looking one for sure. And people are saying, it's una chupacabra.
Shit, I would have shot it, bro.
Put it in the freezer. Look at how small that thing is, though, man. It kind of looks, I don't know if it's a coyote. It kind of looks almost like a fox that has mange or something, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird looking critter. I tell you what, it's a weird looking thing
with no hair, dude. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, man, but stay safe out there, Manu. Don't let it bite you, dude. You don't want to go through the rabies shots again.
No, but dude, he probably smacked like he smacked the bats too.
That's what I'm saying.
Open hand slap, bro. Get out of here.
He doesn't want to go get those rabies shots anymore, man. But I'm just like, damn. You know, I don't know what it was, but if you came across something like that, you know, in your neighborhood, you say, hey, Chris, what was that thing? What was that dog's name? Dead.
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 Shoot first, ask questions later, dude.
I don't know what it was, man, but it got gone.
Yeah,
and since I have you on right now, might as well go ahead and play your ad for MCS General Contracting. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leija over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. There you go. Make sure you do a call on my boy over here, MCS General Contracting. Call up Chris Leija at 210-774-9155. And like he always says, they have the hardest concrete in the business, right, brother?
That's right. Hey, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know who started with that joke, man. I don't know if it was Jimenez or
I think it was me and Jimenez because we were talking about that one time. And Jimenez is, again, his horny level is already at 1,000, and he was mentioning Viagra, and I'm like, bro, just break it up in like a powder and pour it like that, like the Salt Bay on the concrete. And it's at the hardest concrete in the business, and it just stuck from there.
It just stuck, and now people give me crap. They're like, "Ah, bro, why do you always got to say that?" And I'm like, "Hey, the people love to hear it, dude. You know, the people love to hear it. Got the hardest decks in the game, bro. The biggest and the hardest."
There you go. No mames, dude. So what else you want to talk about, man? This is your time to shine. You know what? Why don't we start getting into some of this NFL talk real quick, because we're on the eve of the NFL season kicking off, and this is one of the funny things that I saw earlier today. So you know how you have the 4-letter networks like ESPN, you have Fox Sports. They're always spending their little excerpts that they get from coaches out there, and they talk about it. Well, Sean Payton had this to say, I believe it was yesterday during practice, and after practice, and I guess one of the people from the media asked him a question, and I think it was Seth Wickersham, and he said, he was talking about Russell Wilson, and this was Sean Payton's response to the question. He said, "Will you effing stop kissing all the babies? You're not running for public office." That's what they were when he was asked about what he thought about Russell Wilson. This is what he had to say about that, because he seems like, as a coach coming in, he wants to get the best out of his players, and it just seems like
Yeah,
Russell's more, yeah, I guess, engaged, and he's more concentrated on running Russell Wilson Inc., incorporated, versus actually going out there and playing football. So it
yeah,
looks like Sean Payton's like, he's not playing, dude. He's like, you
dude.
better get your ass out there and play ball, boy.
He's trying to get that shit, trying to turn that team around, dude. I mean,
Dude, it was a hot
dude,
mess.
the Broncos giving him that extension last year before the season even started, fucking terrible mistake, dude. Just a terrible mistake, man. And then for him, the way he played, oh god, just fucking terrible. But I'm hoping, I mean, Sean Payne's my guy, dude. He was with the Saints for as long as he was, and help us go to the Super Bowl and win it. And I don't know, man. I'm gonna be watching some Broncos games just to see just to see what Sean Payne does with that team, man. See if we can turn it around and get Russell Wilson in order again.
I don't
But
know if it's going to be like a miraculous turnaround. I think that it's going to be a work in
no,
progress, and I think they can get better. Russell will probably play a little bit better, but I think his
yeah,
best years are behind him. It looks like he had a steep decline already when he was over there with Seattle. And I think that's
yeah,
one of the reasons they went ahead and just pulled the trigger on a trade. Russell was kind of asking to be traded. He wasn't happy there. And I think the
yeah,
coach saw the writing on the wall. Hey, man, it's time to get rid of this guy because his production is declining. And you've already seen that last season. He had one of the worst quarterback ratings of his entire career, along with the fewest thrown touchdowns that he's ever had. So his
dude,
production is just not where it should be for a starting QB, especially one that, of the caliber of Russell Wilson, So
yeah,
it goes to show you that, yes, the player, when they have the opportunity to shine, they can go ahead and do that. But I think coaching and the personnel that's around you, as far as your offensive line and the weapons, have a lot to
yeah,
do with your actual production on the field. And I think that him moving to Denver was just not good for his career. But we're
not
gonna
at all,
see. We're gonna see if Sean Payton can kind of right the ship and turn things around. And let's see if Russell will have a better season. But I mean, it can't get
dude.
worse
And
than last, right, Chris?
yeah, it can't. And in Seattle, man, they fucking won that trade, you
Oh,
know,
bro, did they?
by a mile. I mean, I don't know if Pete Carroll really saw, hey, Russell's not going to be who he was, and that's why he was like, all right, be gone. But the trade they made, the players they got, the picks they got, and then Geno Smith, dude, last year, didn't get the love that he deserved. But man, that dude was balling last year, and
He
I'm
was.
kind of excited to see what Geno does this year, man. And I think I picked up on one of my leads. I picked up I said Tyler Lockett as like a third or fourth string receiver, man, because I think Geno Smith's going to be, going to be good again this year. He might elevate even more than last. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, pinche Russell Wilson,
I
bro.
think I picked
Just
up
go home.
Gino.
I'm like, just go home to Sierra, bro, and make fun of Future or something, dude. It might be time
Yeah.
for you to call it a career, dude.
I,
Jeez, out,
I
bro. That
think I
was
picked
sad.
up Gino during our best ball fantasy draft.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I picked him up as a QB. He was on the board, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. Then I started making my focus on wide receivers, and then kind of dialing back
yeah,
and going for running backs. Running backs are running backs, bro. So I try to
yeah,
get the best available. Let's put it like that. But man, the wide receivers, tight ends, those were going quick, bro.
dude. Tell me why. I helped out one of my brother-in-laws with his draft. I was helping him do it, and he's all, "Hey man, if Kelsey's there with my seventh pick, I'm gonna
Oh
get him. I'm gonna
man,
get him." And so I'm going, "No, bro, just wait, just wait. Get a receiver, get a running back, a top running back, a top receiver first, and then get Kelsey if he's available in the second round." He goes, "No, I'm numbered, bro. I'm gonna get him in the first." He's a big Chiefs fan, and
ah,
so he picked him up. And then, dude, when the news broke yesterday, Kelsey hyperextending his knee, I sent it to him, bro. He was like, I'm gonna cry, bro. He's like, I think I'm gonna throw up. I think I'm gonna throw up and I'm gonna cry. He goes, dude, what the hell? I'm like, bro. I was like, I told you not to fucking get him, but especially that early, because you lost out on getting a better receiver or a running back, you know. Pero, and then he was drafting, and everybody was getting Justin Jefferson #1 overall, right? I think for about everybody's league that I saw that they posted, Justin Jefferson went #1 overall. And I'm like, why does nobody pick up El Pinche Primo Kirk Cousins, bro? Nobody picks him up.
I think I had a look at him, dude. I was like, it was between him and Dak.
I got him on the draft that I did this past Sunday. I think I didn't draft a quarterback until the 10th round, and everybody else was drafting quarterbacks in the. I saw Mahomes go in the first round, and then it was Fields, Hurts, and Pinche Herbert went in the second round.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but dude, y'all are missing out on getting y'all's fucking running backs and receivers. And then I was in the 10th round, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Kirk Cousins, because if Justin Jefferson is predicted to be the number one overall fantasy draft player, who the hell's throwing him the ball? Fucking Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. I mean, to me at least, it made some sense. I was like, you know what? I'll get Kirk. And I think I got who else did I get? I got Jared Goff as my second quarterback. Pero number dude. When that Kelsey news broke, like I said, I was like, shit, dude, that sucks, man, because I saw a lot of guys get him in the first round. And I'm like, dude,
look at what they're saying already in the chat. Tim Gonzalez, Moneybags better let Leija and everyone in his private suite at the Alamo Dome this Saturday for the UTSA game.
Hey, they're opening up the top.
The 300s, bro. The 300s.
Dude, I haven't gotten a ticket yet, but now I'm kind of like, you know what? I might want to cop me a couple tickets and go to this game on Saturday.
It's like this, man. If you haven't gotten a ticket already, just go to the tailgate. Hey, Chris, I got to let you go, man. I'll get you right back on, man, because I got Jeff on the line.
All right,
brother.
Oh, good, brother.
Later. Hey, Jeff, you're live with us right now. How's it going? You hear us, Jeff? Jeff, you on the line?
Shocker, tech issues.
No.
Shocker.
Hey, but thanks for joining us, Jeff. I know it was kind of a stretch for you to join us because you're not feeling 100, kind of under the weather a little bit, battling through a cold. So appreciate you, man.
I got sick, man. It didn't take a lot for me to get sick, and I got whacked again, man. So this is, I'm just coming out of it. I think by tomorrow, hopefully by the weekend, I'll be all right.
You got to take some vitamin C, man, or take a shot of tequila straight. That'll cure you.
Is that really true?
It is, bro. I'm not lying. Put a little bit of lemon in that tequila, like a shot, dude. Like, you'll be good.
See, the last thing I need to do is always get drunk at work.
No, just a shot. A shot will it helps open up everything again. Like your sinuses, and
it's like Super Vicks.
It's Super Vicks. That's right, Super Vicks. Exactly. Hey, man, but before we go ahead and start getting into this, let's go ahead and play the ad read here for Los, man. I've been waiting to go ahead and get this going for you. But I want to go ahead and also, when you come back, I'm going to play your intro too. So I got to make sure I get that right.
All right.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, so make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. And like always, make sure you subscribe to the Locked On Spurs YouTube channel, where you can go ahead and catch the replays and the latest videos that Jeff has coming out for Locked On Spurs. So, Jeff, as we start coming in here and introducing you, I got to play your intro.
All right, let's see it.
That's not the right intro. Hold on. I got to kind of bring it back up to the top there. Hopefully now it'll come out. There you are. So, Jeff, what do you got for us, man, today? Because I know that you just recorded a new episode of the Locked On Spurs podcast with a special guest.
Before we do that, we played that intro on Locked On Spurs the last time you were on, and then YouTube decided to kill this audio, and they replaced it with some grade school song. I guess is the best way to describe it as.
Wow.
people were like saying like, "Hey, yeah, what's that song y'all are playing in the middle of the show?" So basically, the song leaked over. So like for a whole segment, Joe and I are being drowned out by a lullaby because YouTube heard that audio on Joe's thing there and then replaced it. So,
Oh, I do have the license. You can just go ahead and tell them you have a license to go ahead and use this, and I'll give you the details so we can go ahead and fix that.
yeah. 'Cause I'd love to play it again. I want to run into that situation again. But no, we got a lot of stuff going on right now with Locked On Spurs. Today is Alamo City's podcast very own Rudy Campos. It's out already on the YouTube page. It'll be promoted shortly. We're talking about, is it time? Is it time, Joe, to give credit where credit is due and give a pat on the back to Brian Wright? I think it is, Joe.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think that he's done a really good job, and I think that there's still some Spurs fans that might feel a certain way about him because, when that Primo news broke, it just didn't put him in a good light. But once that everything settled down and everything calmed down again, and all the, the good, let's say, picks that he's gotten for the team with some of these savvy moves, and solidifying this team's future, you cannot doubt that he is one of the better GMs that we have right now, in the league.
Yeah. But you look at just the rebuild.
Yeah.
The position the Spurs are in right now in the rebuild, they're coming out of it, but they're still in it. It's thanks to largely to him.
It is.
Trading DeJounte to Atlanta for the picks, Derek to Boston for the picks, Bryn Forbes to Denver for second-round picks. The deal with Toronto with Thad Young and Eubanks for picks. I mean, they got a first-round draft pick out of that.
I can't believe we got picks for Bryn Forbes, man. I mean, I was never high on the guy.
Second-round picks, but they weren't first years. But the point is that I think a lot of credit needs to be given to him. And the big whiff he's only had so far is the Primo thing. But outside of that, not really much. There were questions whether or not Sohan was the pick at number 9. Seems to be the smart choice. There were a lot of sexy names still on the board during the Sohan draft, but it looks like it's paying out. Now he hits a home run and gets a lot of luck with Wemby. Even if he's not here tomorrow, Joe, let's just say they fire him.
Yeah,
he still put the Spurs in position to be major players moving forward on the offseason, All-Star break. I'm sorry, the trade deadline, excuse me. Wheeling and dealing, picking up free agents. So you got to give credit where credit's due.
Hey, man, we got a request here, Jeff, on the picture that I'm putting up of you.
Let me see.
Tim Gonzalez says, "Where's the private jet at, Joe Garcia?" I got to put the jet in the back. They've been asking for it.
It won't fit there, so because it doesn't exist.
Well, I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna make it, where it's kind of flying behind you.
You could put like a Hot Wheels thing.
Or maybe I can remove the background and put like you and your private hangar.
Hey, that background is San Antonio history right there, man. That's my old home. Former
News 4.
Station, yeah, downtown in San Antonio. That's what it used to look like inside.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, but I think Brian Wright's done a really good job, as you said. Solidified San Antonio's future with all these picks, and just making moves that were hard, to come by, as far as you being, us being Spurs fans, and you being able to cover it for the media, on the outside looking in. You kind of knew that, hey, these were moves that should be done to go ahead and move the team into a better, I guess, direction to be more competitive for the years to come. And, once Brian Wright started making those moves, a lot of people in the media, including yourself, were like, these are moves that need to be done, and they're the right moves to make. So it, like my friends like to say, if it ain't wrong, if it ain't right, I don't want it,
Yeah. And he's got to give credit where credit's due. Remember everyone was like, does he even exist? Does he never come out of his office? Like, is he even real? Well, he's been up front and front and center. After the draft, after talking at the press conference with Wemby, and I'm pretty sure he'll still be active moving forward. But that's what we talk about with Rudy Campos, and we also dive into some Keldon Johnson talk because the season is right around the corner, Joe. I cannot believe that.
Yeah, and you also had another episode that came out, and it was in relation to, will the big three ever get statues? And that featured our boy here, Michael Jimenez.
Jimenez made his return to Locked On Spurs after a hiatus. And here's what he said the big three won't get a statue first. He said the first statues, if it ever goes down that road, should be Pop and Robinson. I said it should be Robinson and Gervin. Those should get the first ones. I don't think Robinson will do it for religious reasons, but Gervin for sure, especially because he got already a college a statue for his time at Eastern Michigan University.
Yeah.
So he was down for that. I'm pretty sure he would down to be getting one in his honor. But I also think this too, even if the Spurs don't go that route, and if they do move downtown, maybe they don't go the route of statues. Maybe they just go the route of mural, like a big, massive mural. Like if they ever do relocate to downtown, I can see that kind of like a happy middle, because that's what San Antonio does. They get all about murals, whether it be a Wemby or the one in that Rudy seafood place in the South Side, and it's all about murals. So maybe that could be a happy middle if the Spurs never go to statues, Joe.
Yeah. The thing is with the statues, I think it's overdue. I think they should have some statues of some of the San Antonio greats, but I just don't think that we'll ever see that happen in the capacity of them putting it out in front of the arena.
That's what I said. Maybe a happy middle would be a big mural.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm getting at. Like when you look inside the arena, you see a lot of murals, artwork, from local artists here in San Antonio. So maybe they might, kind of find a healthy median somewhere in between. Maybe kind of have it almost like kind of 3D a little bit, where it pops out a little bit, kind of like almost like a sculpture, but a mural. Give it a little bit of a 3D effect. I think that would be a good in between, and they have a lot of local artists that could do something like that and really give it a San Antonio flavor, at that. So I would love to see that. I know that would go over great with the fans, kind of almost like a Ring of Honor kind of thing, where you have some of the memorabilia, maybe put out and display some of the jerseys and some of the shoes and, things of that nature that various players have worn, maybe in an all-star game, or like George Gervin back in the day, an ABA jersey, the ball, something like that, from the Spurs early years, up until they became the San Antonio Spurs, and then beyond, with David Robinson, with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, some of the other greats as well. It would be good to see some of that, almost like a little museum. You kind of walk around the concourse and see these things kind of spread out all around. It would give people, the fans especially, reason to go out and venture and take a look at the other parts of the arena. I think that would be really cool, man.
Yeah, for sure. And look, they do have that little area in the the Cross Center for all the trophies and whatnot. Yeah. But if they're not going to go the statue route, then maybe just take a page out of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Do it in that kind of style.
Yeah.
With wings, like this is the Manu wing, this is the
Timmy
Robinson wing. Yeah, this is the Tony Parker wing, something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But you look at the NBA. I mean, what teams have statues? The Lakers, they got some for Kobe. Well, going to be one for Kobe, and they had one for Shaq and Jordan with the Bulls. But here's the thing, too. Manu already has a statue. He has a statue in his honor in Argentina. There's one of him in his Argentinian jersey. And I think it's like near the ocean. So he already has one, but there's not one with him in his Spurs uniform. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if the Spurs ever do that. I think they'll do it. They'll do it in the new arena.
Yeah, maybe, maybe somewhere at the practice facility, they could do something like an outdoor wing, because they have like a park that they're going to put out. Maybe they could do something, with the park to kind of showcase, either have a bench or an area or wing, something named after the players. But Chris Gonzalez brings up something. He says a monument park for the Spurs. Hey, there you go,
Kind of like maybe put it inside Hemisphere Park or what?
No, like at the practice facility, they're going to actually have a park that's going to be part of the facilities on the grounds. It's going to be open to the public. So I think if they, like you said, they do a monument park out there for the Spurs, commemorating, some of the players, that would be cool. Maybe not statues, but they could do something else like plaquettes or something, like they're made, where you can go ahead and put them in certain areas where they have like little gardens or flowers or something. It'd be like, hey, this is the Manu Ginobili, area or whatever, like you were saying with the arena, but do it as a park setting. That would be cool too. I was going to ask you something. I saw something here, and full disclosure here, something I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw that Malachi Branham he did some time getting ready for the upcoming season over in Spain with some of the other NBA players. Do you know about that, Jeff? I kind of read it a little bit.
No, I don't know anything about that. But I mean, no big shocker there. I mean, that's what all the players are doing. You
Yeah.
have Keldon doing his thing. You have Zach Collins, I believe he was in Las Vegas or is in Las Vegas getting ready for the new season. So, I mean, Wemby is taking time off from the court to recuperate from a long summer. So, no, I mean, there's no, as far as Malachi, doing his thing in Spain, it's part of the course for all these NBA players.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too is that, you would hope, they understand what the assignment is. The new assignment is this new season. It went from tanking to getting better. I think at this point, I would like to see them focusing more on the mental side of things because this is all them now. Now you got Wemby, Keldon, and Devin and Malachi. Y'all got you're not going to be looked upon to carry the burden as much anymore. It's probably going to be Wemby.
Yeah.
So I want to see if they're mentally ready for the new challenge ahead.
Yeah, it looks like when he was working out there, it's like some type of a camp that the NBA puts out, for the players, and they're able to go out there to Spain, in various places around the world where they can go ahead and get away from everybody, kind of really gear into working on themselves for the upcoming season, and they get to work out with their trainers, and they get to work out alongside some of the other NBA players as well. So they kind of form a little brotherhood friendship there, which is really cool, to see. But one of the things that Malachi Branham said when he was out there working out, he says, I don't want to be the same player I was last year. He says, I want to know there is more room to improve. And that's something you want to hear from one of your younger players, that they're always wanting to work on their game. They know that there's room for them to improve, and they're already starting to work on it. And he started working on it right after Summer League, right after Summer League was over. He got on the plane. He had never been, out of the United States except for like Canada and Mexico when he's on, on the plane with the Spurs when he's playing during the regular season. But this was his first venture overseas, so to speak. So it's cool, for them, for somebody like Malachi to get that experience in and experience something new. You only hope that when he comes back this upcoming season, it's going to translate to him being an even better player, which I have no doubt that he will be. But
I mean, all those young Spurs are saying that. You had, again, Malachi is not saying anything, revolutionary, because you have Jeremy Sohan. He spoke in the offseason that he's focusing on his outside shooting. So that's good to know that. You have Blake Wesley, who said he's learning to control pace more. So all these players are saying the right things. It's just can it now translate into the court when the real games start? So, but nevertheless, whether it's Sohan talking about his shooting or Wesley about his game improvement, Zach Collins in the gym too. You like to see all this from the kids. But every offseason, everybody does this. Even LeBron James, veteran he is. He's spends time in LA and gets ready for the new season. But Joe, here's the thing though that I want to keep in mind. I think the biggest kind of factor that I'm going to be looking for is how is Wemby and then his teammates and then the team as a whole going to handle the madness that is Wemby mania, the Wemby era.
The Wemby effect.
Because it's going to be like the Beatles. Every time he goes, it's going to be like the Beatles. The Beatles are arrived. Everybody's going to go crazy. Wemby's arrived, whether in Madison Square Garden or in Chicago or TD Garden, wherever he is, the Spurs and Wemby, they're going to be, front and center. And how they're going to handle that type of focus is going to be interesting to watch. Yeah,
it looks like the Spurs are releasing some new Wemby gear here. I just got the email about 44 minutes ago. Did you see that, Jeff?
No. What you got?
Let's go ahead and show here. Let me share the screen. And I also got a notification, I think it was late yesterday, from the San Antonio Spurs that season ticket holders are going to wind up getting first dibs here on the Austin games that they're going to be playing. So look at San Antonio Spurs fans. It looks like you got some new gear coming out. It says the Wembanyama collection. And it looks like they have a plethora of new Wemby gear for everything from koozies to some kind of throwback T-shirts, Looks like from the early 90s, 2000s era. Yeah, they have pennants, that kind of stuff. Some, not only the jerseys, but they have some dry fit shirts, like long sleeve, not long sleeve, but short sleeve jerseys.
Did you get a Wemby jersey?
I have not gotten a Wemby jersey yet. I'm kind of holding off. I want to see what the Spurs jerseys are going to look like this season, because there's a lot of speculation out there, Jeff, that yes, that the Fiesta colored jerseys, that has come to an end, but they didn't say that they might not include a little bit of that Fiesta color and maybe this coming season. So I'm going to wait to see what the Spurs unveil, because we still haven't seen the City Edition jerseys yet. They're still kind of keeping a tight wrap on that, but we know that they're going to have a little flair of San Antonio in there somewhere, right? They have to, right?
For sure, yeah. I think they will. Whether it could just switch to the warm-ups. Remember the old school warm-ups?
Could be.
It could go that route as well. But I like that Wemby stuff, man. That's cool. That just is more reason why this season is going to be interesting. How they're going to handle the whole madness that's going to be him.
Yeah.
Do you think it? See, that's the I don't want it to become a distraction, because that's going to pop up. Is the Wemby era, Wemby effect, going to be a distraction for the kids?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if it, in fact, will be a distraction. I don't think it will be, but you just never know how things will pan out. But I wanted to also let you know that the email that I got late yesterday from the Spurs was, they sent it out to Spurs season ticket holders, and they were saying about, hey, we're going to get first dibs on the Austin game starting Thursday, and I forgot the time. I think it might have been 7:00, something like that. But get this, Jeff, the tickets that they're selling, they come as a package, right?
Okay.
So you go ahead and pay starting $200 to sit in the lower bowl per seat. And it also includes access to, like, how they have the Spurs Saddles Club. They're going to have something like that in the respective areas that you're sitting in. They're going to have like a little club, a special place where you can go if you're sitting in the lower bowl, where you can go out and partake in some special refreshments and kind of one-off things that they're going to be having for the people that are in that lower bowl in the areas around the concourse, So depending on where you're sitting, it's going to be named after like Mr. Dale or some of the other sponsors, investors that are part of that Moody Center as well. So I thought that was kind of not a steep price tag if you think about it, but $200 per seat, Jeff. Is that something you'd pay for?
I probably wouldn't. Not because I don't support the Austin Spurs, but because it's kind of a trek. People think that it's in Austin. They don't play in Austin. They play in Cedar Park, Texas. You have to actually drive past Austin to get to it. And it's like another 40 minutes out-ish.
Yeah.
So, and also, too, all eyes are going to be in San Antonio, because of that. I think City Sissoko will likely play in Austin. But here's the also thing, too, Joe. The Austin Spurs are going to be playing 2 games in Laredo, Texas, this upcoming season.
Wow.
So that's 2 years in a row now that they played out. They're going to play like those home games away from home, kind of like the Spurs play home games away from home, like in Austin. So reverse it. The Austin Spurs are going to play home games in Laredo, Texas this upcoming season. Here's the thing. As much as I like that, I really think it's about time that an Austin Spurs game gets played in Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi really supports the Spurs. And I can't recall any time where a game, even a preseason game, was held in Corpus. So I think
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Corpus should get a game soon.
That would be pretty interesting, because there's a lot of Spurs fans up and down the Texas coast, especially in Corpus Christi, and they've never done anything over there. That'd be very interesting to see, even if it's a scrimmage game.
And they're big supporters of the Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
They're big-time Spurs fans.
Yeah, that they are, man. It'd be interesting to see if they ever do anything like that over there in Corpus Christi. Maybe kind of have a one-off Selena-themed Spurs T-shirt kind of thing.
It sells itself.
Exactly, dude. And then have like maybe somebody come out, maybe some of the family, and play some Selena songs for the crowd or something. That would be pretty cool, dude. That would go off really well.
Yeah, but
Chris Leija says he got the classic black jersey of Wemby for the wife, little dude, and himself. He copped it. Oh, and we had a thing here for you as well. Mike Baez, Bear County Social Apparel. He says, does Jefe Jeff have his caldo on a silver platter.
No, silver bowl.
Oh man. Don't be giving Mr. Q more money, Joe. They're talking about you.
Who's Mr. Q?
They're talking about you, Jeff. Just
I
don't.
don't understand Mr. Q though.
Oh, he's just being silly, man.
Oh,
He's
what does the
saying,
Q stand for?
I'll tell you later.
All right, tell me later. Oh, I thought anything goes on YouTube. All right, well, tell me later then.
Yeah. He says,
okay, I got it.
he says, congrats to Laredo. Yeah, congrats to Laredo. And you were also talking about, I guess, the schedule that had been released for the Austin Spurs, as far as you were telling us, those Laredo games. Anything else that was interesting that you saw within that schedule?
Yeah, they're going to be doing an in-season tournament. A lot of the how can I say this, experimental things that the NBA does, they do it at the G League level.
Yeah.
And so the G League is going to continue doing their in-season tournament. It's called the Showcase Cup. So it's so weird. Like the Austin Spurs season starts soon, but it's the in-season tournament. Their regular season starts for like a month later.
Okay.
Then they start playing. So that's how they do it in the G League level. And basically what happens once that Showcase Cup tournament is over, then all the records reset. And everybody's back to being 0-0 when the regular season starts.
Yeah, I got to ask you a question here, Jeff. So if you move back here to San Antonio, the one thing that you're going to have to do at some point in time is maybe if you had plates on a car, right? If you had a car and you had New York plates, you're going to come back San Antonio, got to get your San Antonio plates.
Right.
You'd have to go and make a pit stop, right? At the Texas Department of Public Safety. Unfortunately for fans or people who had, let's say, any type of scheduling today, or probably maybe within the next couple days, there's an outage right now. So even though, you have to wait a long time to go ahead and get a license or anything of that nature, get your license renewed, you know how you have to go in and take that picture and you're just waiting there for hours and hours.
Yeah.
So boring. You're wasting your life, hours of your life away there. Even more insult to injury. So people who went today to, for their scheduled appointments, they were turned away because there's an outage, dude. Like, what an ass whip. Like you go over there. Nobody wants to go there for one. Then you go there and you get turned away at the door because, hey, we have an outage. There's nothing we can do about it.
What's up with Texas and like things breaking? Like, was it the CPS or was the energy?
The grid.
The grid collapsing. Every summer, reduce the usage, or every winter, we don't have the heat ready for electricity. Now this, Joe, does Texas need to get his act together?
I think so, and that's one thing you got to consider too, Jeff. You come back here, the grid might not hold up, brother. Because 2 inches of snow is too much.
So to me, that's sunshine. I'm outside in my shorts. I'm like, woo, this is great.
2 inches of snow is too much for the grid to handle here, apparently.
I lived through blizzards. Man. San Antonio, you have no idea what a blizzard is.
They get a little bit of ice here, man. They're done. The city closes.
I remember that I'm at work in New York City, and we got the notice to evacuate the building because the blizzard was about to hit. Everybody leave. And I didn't leave. I was like, it's just a bunch of snow and wind. How bad could it be? So I left right when I exited out. Now I'm in 3rd Avenue. This is like kind of in the heart of Manhattan now.
Yeah.
So I get out of the building. I go step outside. I walk maybe a half a block. You can't breathe. Like you can't breathe at all. And like everything, like snow is hitting you in the face, and it feels like little daggers. Like little daggers just pecking at you. So what I did, I cut through stores. So I went through like a convenience store. I went through one entrance and I went out the other. The next block, I found another entrance and I went through that and went out through I exited the other just to get to the subway. So if I can live through that, I'm pretty sure I could handle San Antonio, quote unquote, cold.
It's a different type of cold here in San Antonio because we're not used to it.
I'll be outside probably in the sun, like, woo, this feels good, man. Give myself some heat.
Yeah, but if there's all that ice and snow here, like if it does ice over this winter, are you going to be ordering your Uber Eats and you're going to be getting your caldo?
Of course I'm going to have to. I mean, who's going to bring it to me? Joe Garcia?
No.
Where's the Joe Garcia service?
No. We'll probably have, what's his name? Mike Baez bring you some caldo on the silver platter, like he says, or the silver bowl.
The silver bowl, yeah.
The silver bowl.
Hey, I heard Cowboys are starting this weekend, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be starting on Sunday. They were saying too. You had suitors over here already, Jeff. They were saying, how come Jeff's not getting us a suite for the Saturday game for UTSA, the home opener?
Oh, by the way, can I bring that up?
Yeah.
Are we jumping off the cliff because they're 0-2?
Well, they've only lost lost one game so far. Okay. UTSA. So
they lost 2 in a row.
No, they lost the one game. There was the season opener against Houston. They lost that one. So now they have this second game here, which is going to be the home opener here in San Antonio. That's going to be happening on Saturday at the Alamo Dome. So that's going to be against Texas State, who just upset Baylor. And everybody's like, hey, is Jeff going to wind up getting us a suite? I'm like, I don't know if he is. He should be. I didn't get an invite, So they're like,
no suite. If I don't get a suite, nobody gets a suite.
They're asking if Jeff going to make an appearance at one of the tailgates. I'm like, I can't speak for Jeff, man. Y'all got to ask him.
No. Won't be there for tailgates. They'll make my way back. So
I said there will be signs. Everybody said, Jeff, give us the date. There will be signs.
There's already been a sign, and Chris Leija saw it.
Yeah, there will be signs.
Leija already saw the first sign.
I think they're just waiting for you to. The telltale sign is going to be you on the south side or at Whataburger or taking a picture of Whataburger
or at the military drive-through, the old drive-through movie.
Yeah. That's the mission.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that with Mario Cavazos. Remember when Duane Blair was playing for the Austin Spurs?
Oh, I remember that. Who was the worst? He had the worst nickname ever, man. I think it was Sean Elliott gave it to him. And I was like, dude, don't ever say that again. You remember his nickname?
I don't.
Sean Elliott on live TV one time called Duane Blair. He says, look, it's Duane Blair, the dancing bear. And I remember the announcer at the time just kind of looked at him like, what? It's like, don't say that again, dude. I think that name was quickly retired after that.
I know, right? Well, Joe, we can hear my cough. I'm starting up again. So
yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you for your time, Jeff. You got anything coming through the pipe here? Maybe within the next day or two, a new episode of Los dropping?
Yeah, the new Los is up. It's already available now, so I'll be sending it out soon. We got some more Spurs stuff to hold you over until the regular season begins, including a chat that I had with Pau Gasol. So that'll be coming out soon. And just keeping you up with the Spurs latest from the Austin Spurs schedule to Jeremy Sohan pleasing the fifth when it comes to Wemby's new hair look. So you get it all there at kensfy.com/Spurs and check out Locked On Spurs on YouTube. And follow me on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. And Joe, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, Jeff. I'll talk to you later, man. Thank you so much. Bye. So thanks to Jeff Garcia for jumping on for a little bit today. Go ahead and talk San Antonio Spurs basketball with us. But before we start bringing the show to a close, I got to go ahead and get some more ad reads here. So we're going to go ahead and have another one done by Serenity Manor. Serenity Manor is an events venue located at 14405 Old Bandera Road, across from Floor's Country Store. Set in a historic building that is over 100 years old. You can have a baby shower, bridal showers, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, corporate events, weddings. There's an indoor and outdoor venue with the dance floor and a sand volleyball court out in the back, set under the shade of the trees, and there is beautiful lighting in the evenings. Serenity Manor is a very beautiful place that is very family-oriented, and they have rotating Thursday nights. They have karaoke and game nights. They also have a bar that serves beer, wine, and margaritas. So after a concert at Floor's Country Store, you can go over, diagonal across the street, catty corner, grab a beer, get away from the crowd, and check out the beautiful Serenity Manor. All right, so make sure you go and check out Serenity Manor. Their address is 14405 Old Bandera Road in Helotes, Texas. And as we start bringing the show to a close, the last ad read that we have is going to be for JPAR Realty. JPAR Real Estate has been a proud sponsor of ours since day one, Check out Cynthia J. Sanchez. Her reviews can't be wrong because all of the people that she sells homes to, they give her 5 stars and say that she is prompt, that she is understanding, that she communicates well, that she calls back, that she answers questions correctly. And yes, they say that she is good at what she does. If you are in the market to buy a home, sell a home, whether it be a rental property, primary residence, or Airbnb, reach out to Cynthia J. Sanchez from JPAR Real Estate. Her number is 210-273-0748. She has 16 years of experience in real estate and is a former claims adjuster with USAA. So she knows what she's looking for when she's showing you those pre-owned homes. Give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call at 210-273-0748 for all your real estate needs. Yeah, make sure you do call Cynthia J. Sanchez at JPAR Realty. She's great at what she does. So if you're looking to buy a new home or get out of a home and sell that, or even go ahead and purchase maybe a rental property, go ahead and give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call. Her number is 210-273-0748. So that's about all the time we have for today's episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. So we look forward to seeing you boys tomorrow. Stay safe out there. We're out. Peace.